We got a note in the July Bridge Buzz from Sheryl Daija, the founder and CEO. Welcome to July. Dear everyone, Disability Pride Month is a time to celebrate identity, resilience, and leadership within the disability community. It's also a moment to reflect honestly on the broader systems that shape access, opportunity, and belonging. Chat, this is the first time I've ever heard of Disability Pride Month. Has anyone heard of this before? When did this start? Why is Disability Pride Month also the month where everybody is a cancer according to the stars? I feel like that's kind of ableist of them, actually. No one fucking cares. You refuse to take pride in your disabilities. Well, they've been trying to add disability to like all their intersectionality shit, so this doesn't really surprise me. They have a month for VTubers, true. This year, that reflection feels especially urgent. In a time when many communities are facing increased barriers from rollbacks in rights and resources to economic pressures, disabled people are often among the first impacted and the last consulted. Access to care, employment, education, and public life remains deeply unequal. And despite decades of advocacy, ableism, both structural and everyday, still limits full participation. This year's theme, We Belong Here and We're Here to Stay, speaks directly to this moment. It's a declaration of presence, pride, and persistence. It's also a reminder that inclusion can't be conditional or performative. It has to be practiced, even when it's inconvenient. Disability inclusion is not about doing something for the disability community. It's about working with those affected to build a world that reflects the full range of human experience. That work asks all of us to pay attention, to question norms, to design with care, to lead with equity in mind, not just in July, but every day. This month, we honor individuals with both visible and invisible disabilities, not just with celebration, but with commitment. Forward together, with courage. Sheryl Daija. Damn! What a whole bunch of nonsense that was. Let's see here. Their community call this month is going to be focused on exploring how true inclusion goes beyond access to agency, leadership, and co-creation. Together, we'll examine how ableism shows up in our systems and how we can embed accessibility across our organizations in lasting, meaningful ways. So that's what Halo is promoting. As someone with disabilities, you can fuck right off. Stop shoving this shit down my throat, right? So, if you guys remember, last year, SHRM gave their seminar in June, July, and we talked about that seminar where they were also advocating for the changing of language. They were saying that we have spent too much time ostracizing white men from the conversation, and if we want to lead with inclusion, we need white men on board in order to enact the cultural change that we want happening. This echoed exactly what Sheryl Daija had said. And so I had been talking about how SHRM and Bridge had been walking in lockstep with what they're trying to do in the corporate atmosphere. And now, this year, in the BRIDGE Smartbrief, they are actively advertising to get more people to go to SHRM's 2025 conference. That's crazy! Wow, imagine! Kirsche was right again! SHRM 25, busy schedule, big ambitions. Attend SHRM 25 virtually. No travel needed. Oh! SHRM 25 in San Diego, June 29th to July 2nd. Countdown to the largest HR conference starts now. Well, you know. In-person registrations are still available or purchase virtual passes. So it ends tomorrow. I'm wondering if I'll be able to find the videos for this year's conference like I did last time. SHRM 25 is presented by Bamboo HR. And on the main stage at SHRM 25, we have Joe Biden, the 46th President of the United States of America, as a speaker. Paula Ferris, the SHRM 25 host and speaker, Emmy Award-winning journalist, founder, and author. Josh Groban, American singer, songwriter, actor, and producer. Jenna Fisher, award-winning actress, best-selling author, co-host of the Office Ladies podcast. Angela Kinsey, I don't like that picture that she took. Award-winning actress, best-selling author, co-host of the Office Ladies podcast. Brad Rencher, CEO of Bamboo HR. Jason Sudeikis, Emmy-winning actor, comedian, writer, and producer. That name is familiar to me for some reason. Johnny C. Taylor Jr., it's the SHRM president and CEO. This is the guy that we have the SHRM conference clip from last year. Emily Dickens, Chief of Staff, Head of Government Affairs and Corporate Secretary at SHRM. And Betty Thompson, the Chair and Board of Directors at SHRM. Career acceleration at SHRM. HR is evolving at an unprecedented pace. AI, EOs, pay transparency, talent scarcity, and workplace culture shifts are redefining the way we work. Keeping up isn't enough. You need to be at the forefront, driving change. Your CEO wants answers, not guesses. Only SHRM 25 will arm you with the information you need to make sound business decisions and propel your career forward. You'll get Master AI and HR Tech, learn how to integrate AI into talent strategy, employee experience, and decision-making, navigate new regulations, stay ahead of changing labor laws, EO guidelines, compliance requirements, and ethical workforce strategies, tackle today's biggest challenges, address pay transparency, the modern employee experience, retention, and workforce culture shifts with real-world solutions, and unparalleled networking. Connect with thousands of HR professionals, CHROs, and industry pioneers to share insights and strategies. This is your moment to elevate your HR expertise, future-proof your career, and position yourself as a leader in shaping the future of work. Own your moment and secure your spot before it sells out like last year.
I am Amy Bakay. I am the CEO and CHRO for HR NOLA, which is an HR consulting firm based out of New Orleans, Louisiana. The in-person conference is an opportunity for you to learn from others, but I always say I leave more inspired than I did before. It really just kind of fills your cup.
Generic corpo BGM.web.
And there's not another conference that actually can do that for you. I keep coming back year after year because of the educational and networking opportunities. That's my 16th conference spread out over, 30 years, and it just keeps getting better. The amount of opportunity you have to learn, to network, to grow professionally, to get resources, to interact with vendors that you didn't even know.
Yeah, that's true. She did mention fill your cup. Why do they all say that? Why do they all use the fill your cup terminology?
Existed. I consider SHRM my HR partner for every aspect of human resources. From hire to retire, there is a resource and a partner available at SHRM to help you.
Thank you, SHRM lady. Here why the SHRM annual conference is #1 choice. Content tracks. Find and select sessions on topics that matter most to you. Timely and relevant programming. Grow your global network, form new partnerships, get a glimpse into the future of HR. Our speakers are industry leaders and dedicated, successful practitioners who understand all things HR. Remember, Sheryl Daija calls people working for DEI practitioners as well, and Amazon also used that terminology in their white pages. Your experience attending sessions and having discussions will provide incredible insight as to what you'll need to prepare for in the coming months and years. Bamboo stuff. Shaniqua Cole, Director of People and Culture at Go See Tell Network, Inc., said, I come back to the SHRM annual conference year after year because of the wealth of education that you get. Laws and regulations change every year, and there's always something you want to refresh yourself on. This conference is your one-stop shop. Special thanks to our sponsors. SHRM is sponsored by Bamboo HR, ADP, Paycom, Raymond James, Better Health, Fidelity, Gap International, a consulting company, LHH Nationwide is on your side, Paylocity, Patient, Rippling, Wellhub, Aetna, that's a healthcare company, Bevy, Checker, GP, is that fucking obstetrician? I can never pronounce obstetrician. The gynecologist people. Johnson & Johnson, Lore, Nespresso, Project Management Institute, Salary.com, SAP, UKG, Vision Care, Work Human. That doesn't sound real. That doesn't sound real. ACH Net, ETS Solutions, Intuit, Mamava, Revive, WGU, School of Business, Gallagher, Iron Mountain, William G. McGowan Charitable Fund, Nonprofit. Wait, how are nonprofit companies sponsoring SHRM? How does that work? How does that work? Abbott, ABGI, Acorn. Isn't Acorn like that app that you can use for investments? Fucking Aflac? What? American Express, Global Business Travel, Ansel, Bree Health, B Swift, Charlie Health, Clearco, Congruity HR, Culture App, eGain, eHealth, iMed, First Stop Health. Holy shit, it just keeps going. It just keeps how much shit is in here? When do I get back to the beginning? I feel like this is a very inefficient way to show off all of the sponsors considering how many there are. That's insane. That's insane. It's still going. Okay, now we're back. Now we're back to bamboo. Okay, we finally made it. Attend as a virtual participant. How much money does it cost? There was an early bird price for $2,345. And then after that, there was an early bird price and then a standard price. And now if you want to buy a ticket, it's $3,345. That's crazy. That's crazy. And apparently Josh Groban has something special. Unleashing Star Power. You have to pay an additional $195. How about the virtual only pass? It's nearly the same fucking price. What do you mean limited seats available for the virtual only pass? And why is that $3,145? God damn. What's their cancellation policy? Confirmed registrants may cancel and receive a full refund minus a $250 cancellation fee for general attendees through December 29th, 2024. Cancellations received from December 30th, 2024 through June 15th, 2025 are non-refundable but can be transferred to another SHRM conference or seminar. Cancellations on or after June 16th are non-refundable and transfers are not permitted. So you had to buy your thousands of dollars ticket before December 29th, 2024 in order to receive an almost full refund minus $250. That's crazy to me. That is a horrendous cancellation policy. God damn. An additional cancellation fee of $75 will be charged for each conference add-on, including pre-conference workshops, educational programs, senior leadership programs, interpretation services, and the guest program. No refunds will be given for SHRM on demand. Convince your boss. Make the case for attending SHRM 2025. Cover these 5 points in your request to attend. Point 1. Upskilling. Discuss how leveling up your skills in the ever-changing world is not just good for your professional development, but your organization at large. It is imperative that you stay up to date on current workplace issues, compliance requirements, and the latest HR technologies in order to prepare your workforce and workplace for the challenges that lie ahead. Curated content. Provide concrete examples of how your experience will positively impact your day-to-day work. With 375 plus education sessions, you can select sessions that are most beneficial to you, your team, and organization. Let your boss know your custom curriculum will help solve workplace challenges. For example, is your organization struggling with employee engagement? Highlight the sessions that cover talent management and engagement tactics. Do you need to advance your leadership and strategy skills? We have a large number of topics on this from speakers who are trusted and recognized for their experience. Networking. Flag the contacts you want to make at SHRM 25 to advance your organization's goals. With potentially more than 25,000, that's a lot, attendees in person and live online, there are countless ways to establish connections and industry professionals and solution providers. The SHRM Annual Conference and Expo will host 600 plus solution providers, showcasing a wide range of innovative HR-related products and services to help meet your needs. Whether it's recruiting technology, reward programs, or wellness strategies, a lot more. You can benchmark and strategize with your peers. Cost savings. Boss man, you can save so much money by spending thousands to send me to this convention. Let your boss know you're committed to finding cost savings. For example, you can register early before rates increase. If you're traveling in person, you can also book your hotel room through the official SHRM housing block. This way, you know you're getting a fair rate and saving on transportation costs. Walking distance to the SHRM 25 or shuttles provided for hotels. You can take full advantage of coffee breaks, receptions, and lunches to help cut costs of dining out, too. If you attend virtually, you're automatically saving with no travel costs. Wow! Applied learning. Put your business case in writing, use our handy letter template to help your boss understand why SHRM 25 is the most valuable conference for you to attend. Customize this based on your specific goals and how you will make a return on investment of both time and money. Consider committing to a post-conference briefing for staff, senior management, or your team, where you'll highlight what you've learned from the conference and tie your learnings to your organization's long-term and short-term goals. What's in the letter? And it says, Dear, and you're supposed to fill in your boss's name. The SHRM Annual Conference and Expo is the largest conference in the world for HR professionals. For education, networking, professional development, this event simply has no equal. I believe my participation is critical to bringing new ideas and approaches to our organization and furthering my professional development. I would like to request approval to attend. This event is June 29th through July 2nd, 2025 in San Diego and virtually. I'll be amongst thousands of industry professionals to hear HR experts and innovators talk about employment law and legislation, I'm slurring, strategic management, leadership development, global HR, and more. I'll gain practical skills pertaining to the use of AI in the workplace and by employees, compensation and benefits, talent management, and inclusion and diversity practices. The expo offers the opportunity to network with businesses that could have a positive impact on our organization. By meeting with industry partners, I can find solutions to everyday issues, as well as strengthen existing relationships. I plan to attend the following sessions to strengthen for my professional development. Following are the exhibitors that I plan to speak with that I can think help our organization. Here are the costs associated with attending the SHRM Annual Conference and Expo. I just had fucking PTSD deja vu backlash of I feel like I read something very similar to those last three sentences recently, somehow. And then there's a little chart in here for the cost of airfare, hotel, registration fee, miscellaneous costs for meals and taxis and shit. This investment will pay off in more efficient practices, proven solutions, new insights and ideas. In addition, I can provide a report of my key takeaways and recommend actions to our team. I appreciate your approval, and I will work to make sure we get the full value of this event. SHRM 25 Testimonials. It's blank. Never mind, it just didn't load. SHRM Annual Conference and Expo. Angelica Herrera, HR business partner at United Airlines.
My name is Angelica Angie Herrera. I am an HR business partner at United Airlines. I have been in HR for 5 years. This is my 5th SHRM conference. Networking at the annual conference has helped me in so many different directions. It's always important to find mentors outside of the company to understand what are some of the issues that they're going through and what can we help each other through their experiences as well. I consider SHRM my HR partner because SHRM is my family. SHRM understands, SHRM prepares me, SHRM thinks of me as a leader, as a person, and SHRM—
That's really fucking creepy. The organization SHRM is my family, and they think of me as a person. That's so fucking creepy, man.
Truly equips me with not just a training or session, but the top experts in the field. SHRM helps me become confident and be a better, stronger for my employees and also for the people that I mentor.
All right, well, that was creepy. What does Koopa Craven, a student at San Diego State University, have to say about SHRM? Why does he also look like he got a face transplant after being badly burned?
I'm a student at San Diego State University. I am attending the annual conference with my SHRM SDSU chapter. I'm fortunate enough to have been elected to serve as their chapter president for the fall, and so I was a shoo-in for this trip and really am enjoying the experience so far. I would tell someone who has not attended an annual conference that they 100% should if they ever have the chance. There's almost 400 sessions to attend. I saw there was even one on neurodivergence in the workplace. There's something for anyone at this conference. I would love to attend the SHRM annual conference again. Next year, 2025 is in San Diego, my home city, so I'll definitely be there.
This guy is Chris Campbell, Area Director for People and Culture at Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants. I don't know what Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants are, chat, but he has a really long video here. Let's see what he says.
My name is Chris Campbell. I'm the Area Director of People and Culture for Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants. I've worked in human resources for 9 years.
He has gay accent.
Networking at the SHRM conference this year has allowed me to meet several people from different industries, all kinds of different levels of human resources, and being able to bounce ideas off of those individuals and learn about how they approach specific situations in the workplace is something that's extremely valuable. If someone's not attended the SHRM annual conference, I would tell them that they're truly missing out. If they're really serious about progressing in their human resources career and want to be that champion leader to help propel their business forward, there's so many different types of sessions across all different topics that they need to attend so that they can become more well-rounded in their space. I consider SHRM my HR partner for compliance. I work in the state of California, and the resource center that they have, specifically for us in the state of California, is so incredibly valuable. The only thing I'd like to add about my experience with SHRM is, they always seem to outdo themselves, and I always learn things that I didn't even think about before. So always happy to be here.
That was, I think, a lot longer than it needed to be. California equals gay. Human resources is how to not get shit done. Human resources are never on your side as an employee. It's up talk. It is up talk. All right, so the next one is SHRM Annual Conference and Expo, Ashley Perry, and she is the Director of HR at, I don't know if this is BUSA or BUSA Energy. An energy company. Interesting. Okay, all right.
My name is Ashley Perry, and I am the Director of Human Resources with the BUSA Energy. I love the SHRM Annual Conferences. This is my third conference, and whenever my company allows me to, I will be in attendance. It really brings me back to why I'm in this profession. I love the camaraderie. I love being around others who actually understand me and everything that I do day to day. I really appreciate knowing that I am not the only one. Sometimes you are so self-centered and you think, X, Y, and Z is only happening to me. Just to realize, no, it's happening to each and every one. This is not something that is just a you problem. It's
The fuck is she talking about?
an individual problem or a company problem, industry problem. So I really enjoy speaking with other HR professionals who understand where I'm coming from and also may have perspectives and solutions that I would have never thought of on my own. And then vice versa, hopefully I'm able to pour into someone else too. I would tell someone who has never been to the SHRM Annual Conference to attend. Every HR professional who is really serious about their profession and is serious about moving their organization forward should attend at least once. I consider SHRM to be my HR partner for the countless resources and tools that it offers. It's always readily available. I just have to click and log in.
Just click and log in. Well, at least she didn't give the cult speech that Angelica Herrera did. SHRM 24 testimonials. What the fuck is this? Anne Verdine Jones, president of Triangle SHRM, attends the SHRM Annual Conference and Expos. This is from last year. What is this thing? What is this? What is this sleep paralysis demon?
My name is Anne Verdine Jones, and this is my first conference. I am the president-elect for our local chapter, and I thought that attending this conference would be a wonderful way to connect with others. I am most interested in learning about culture, leadership development, definitely diversity, equity, inclusion. And
Oh, of course.
belonging.
Of course. Of course. I'm zooming in because I'm trying to figure out what's on her necklace here. It's like a turtle, and this looks kind of like a fish bone with some like little sickles off the side of it. This looks like, I don't know, some sort of loaves of bread touching each other, and then an afro pick. Afro pick for what? You have no hair. You see a blowout comb. Those glasses, they remind you of the 60s and 70s glasses. They remind me of, like, the crazy cat lady glasses that comedians would wear. Those glasses, they scream toxic stranger danger.
And any topics that help enhance the work environment. If you are a human resources professional that has never attended a SHRM conference, you are missing out. This is a must place to be.
Must. Oh, their fucking thing was in Chicago last year. I didn't know that. Michelle Mills, HR business partner for Epic Midstream. I don't know what that is. It's Epic in all caps, so I'm wondering if this is like Epic, the gaming company, and like Midstream is something attached to them, or if Epic Midstream is like its completely own thing.
My name is Michelle Mills. I am the HR business partner for Epic Midstream. I kind of want to get more into DEI. My company is very small and we have a hard time pushing new initiatives and things like that. And the conference really gave me a way to figure out how to do that within my company. SHRM Annual Conference is a great place to be. There are a lot of people here, a lot of opportunities to network, a lot of opportunities to learn things that you didn't even know you wanted to know about.
Okay, well that doesn't tell me. I'm gonna look up Epic Midstream just because I want to know if this is like the Epic I know or Epic Mid. Oil and natural gas company in San Antonio, Texas. Okay, so it's not the gaming company, it's a natural gas company. All right, well that was interesting. That was interesting to see. But program, schedule at a glance, speakers. Josh Grobon is in here. We read all of these names already. All of the speakers, all right. Oh, that's oh my god. Oh my god, that's a huge fucking list. Holy fuck. I am still scrolling. How do you have time for all of these people to speak? Oh my god. Zane currently serves as the Chief Executive Officer and Director of Transcripts, a B2B platform focused on consumer-empowered record management. Zane has been featured as an under-25 entrepreneur by Silicon Valley Business Journal. Also been featured on publications such as MarketWatch and local affiliate channels of NBC and Fox News. Skill Up Coalition. This seems like there's way less influential people at SHRM than involved with BRIDGE. LGBTQ e-learning? Oh my god. This fucking Alright, well, Sharon Popo, she, her, is the CEO and co-founder, along with Dr. Cornell Verdeja Woodson, of LGBTQ e-learning, a company that provides training, consulting, and executive coaching to build LGBTQ inclusive cultures. Inclusive cultures? LGBTQ e-learning has received widespread acclaim for its flagship, self-paced e-learning course, Building LGBTQ plus inclusive workspaces. With a background as a licensed clinical social worker, Sharon brings unique expertise in relationship development, helping teams create inclusive work cultures and navigating conflict. Sharon is a recent Amazon best-selling co-author of the book Success Redefined with Jack Canfield, the guy who wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, and other authors. That was a weird thing to read. Wells Fargo is here. Hypo people become more group Meteorite Health. Like what the fuck is founder and senior trainer with conversations in the workplace? Like half of these don't even sound like real fucking companies, man. Lewis Phillip over here, president coaching ourselves. What is this? Refresh? This guy looks like he's about to shit his pants. New Day Wellness. Well, this person's going out of business. They sound like they set up shop in that area where all the federal employees are getting fired. Christy Ryan, Chief Operating Officer, Move for Hunger. What is even that? Live with Life LLC. He's a Chief Empowerment Officer. Kenston Henderson Sr. is a certified speaking professional, TEDx signature speaker, and founder of Live with Life LLC. With 20 plus years in HR, he partners with teams and organizations to equip leaders in leadership, communication, and workplace culture. His REMC framework and game changer mindset help HR professionals lead with clarity, empathy, and purpose. Kenston has spoken in over 40 states and on 5 continents, delivering powerful, practical strategies that drive lasting change. I never thought that there would be so many people trying to sell consultation services from HR Because HR is one of the few things that when I had no idea what I should get a job in with having no experience, where I was like, yeah, I could probably go into HR, right? You don't really need any experience and you don't really do anything. So it's not like it would be a crazy leap. But the fact that there's so many people who are like, we need to strive progress and create change and we're culture makers. It's like, no, you're a fucking HR person. Why do you see yourself as some sort of weird conduit soldier committing adulterated Deus Vult? Like, what is happening? Karen Maldonado, director Total Rewards at SHRM SCP. I mean, she do kind of look like one. Karen Maldonado is a global total rewards leader with a passion for designing compensation and benefits program that balance business goals with employees' well-being. With a career spanning the US, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America, and personal expatriate experience in Belgium and the United Kingdom, Karen has built and led diverse teams, navigated cross-border mobility, and delivered people solutions that adapt to local cultures and regulations. Karen's expertise includes base pay, short and long-term incentives, sales and executives compensation, and benefit simplification, consistently finding ways to deliver greater value at sustainable costs. At SHRM, she has championed the expansion of wellness benefits to include financial literacy resources and broadened employee assistance offerings to meet generational needs. A passionate traveler, Karen brings a global, empathetic perspective to every project, helping organizations motivate and care for their most critical asset: their people. All right, well, I got multiple things that I want to say here. So it's weird that you're going to hire someone to do a job and then you need to give them financial literacy resources. I feel like that's a little strange. And also the fact that she's a director of something called Total Rewards. Now, I can't say what it's actually called, but I have seen terminology thrown around where ushering women into the workforce essentially made companies giant daycares, if you will. And the fact that they're talking about your literal salary as a total reward makes it feel very gamified, makes it feel very, oh, we're going to hire you for this position. What kind of help do you need to ensure that you are thriving in our corporate environment? Because here at Globo Homo Corpo Incorporated, we want you to feel like you're part of the family. You know, like, it's really weird. I don't like that. Childless woman daycares, yeah, where instead of having children, they just start treating the company like their child, and mother always knows best. Justine Roper, Dr. CEO, DPT, Interphysique Pelvic Floor Therapy and Wellness. What is happening? Where am I? Royal United Mortgage, the VP of Engagement? Yeah, I want to engage for a mortgage and nothing beyond that. What is SAG-AFTRA? Julie began her journey in human resources 25 years ago with an emphasis in special projects, compliance, and talent acquisition. In addition to her role of manager of recruitment, where she oversees all aspects of recruitment, she also partners with the people and culture team with their work on compliance, various projects, and the integration of AI. Julie graduated with a BA in history and found she did not have a passion for working in the field. Imagine that. People who want to rewrite and change historical facts don't like working in history. Wow, color me fucking shocked. Although not where she expected her career to go, she was offered an entry-level position as a human resources administrative assistant, where she was lucky enough to be taught all things HR. It was love at first benefit question, and the rest, as they say, is history. Her desire to expand her education to align with her years of experience, Julie returned to college and attained a certificate in human resources management in 2004. She then went on to pass the senior professional in human resources certification in 2014. And in addition, she has her SHRM SCP accreditation from the Society of Human Resources Management. I guess you can become an SCP. All you have to do is swear fealty to Marxism. Outside of work, Julie enjoys spending time with her family, reading, traveling, amusement park, historical sites and shopping. Can we get her contained? Imagine. Consulting services, Equifax, as the president and CEO of SHRM here giving a talk. Joe Biden, another person from SHRM, Vanderbilt University, 19th Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force in the U.S. Air Force. Joanne Bass is a nationally respected leader and board director with deep expertise in strategy, workforce development, risk oversight, and organizational transformation. With over 31 years of experience in the U.S. Air Force, including service as the 19th Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, she brings uncommon insight into talent strategy, operational excellence, and governance at scale. She also serves as a strategic advisor to Columbia Southern University and is an ambassador with Hiring Our Heroes. You like that Biden isn't at the top of the list? Yeah, that is kind of funny. Jeniffer Cassetta, a high-performance coach at the Art of Badassery. She doesn't even have a fucking blurb. Is this woman even real? International keynote speaker, executive high-performance coach, well-being and resilience expert, podcast host and author, self-defense and empowerment retreats. What is happening? Oh my god, she was a TEDx person too. Day one at SHRM, we're off to a blazing start. Spotted the Art of Badassery in the SHRM books. There's a SHRM bookstore? It's like the Scholastic Book Fair. How much is this woman getting paid for this? This is crazy. And I say that as someone who yaps for a living. Professional keynote speaker 2014 to present. High performance coach 2023 to present. Podcast host. Badassery book cover. Founder at She Warrior Self-Defense. Formerly known as Stilettos in Self-Defense. Fordham University. University of Bridgeport. I do not like the way she stares at me. Feel strong, safe, and powerful from the streets to the boardroom.
I'm a speaker, author, and a health and empowerment coach. My mission is to help people feel more strong, safe, and confident from the streets to the boardroom. I spent and dedicated a decade of my life training and embodying the principles of a martial art called Hapkido. I started to create corporate wellness programming that I now present and deliver at corporations and conferences around the country. The lessons I learned on those mats has now become the framework that I use to coach other people.
What the fuck?
They too can unleash their mojo with wisdom of the dojo. This framework I'm about to share with you will help you build the inner strength it takes to get back up after you've been knocked down by
Korean
any
karate
type of opponent. In martial arts, we all start out as white belts, pure beginners. And slowly through the years, we move through the ranks from white belt to yellow, orange, green, blue,
Proof
red,
of my badassery. Oh boy. Usually when I see adults chopping through wood like that in any sort of martial arts, it's like the giant stacks of wood. This is like something I would see from a child. The Hapkido is breaking boards. It's just a martial art. You think it's a mix of Tang Sudo and Judo? This is so white. Yeah, this is like the most white woman coded thing I've ever seen in my life. Also, can I full screen this? Hold on. Do you see? There's so many nice reaction faces here. Holy fuck. There's this woman who is like literally soy jacking out right now. This woman looks like her jaw is going to unhinge a la a horror movie. This woman is somehow doing duck face in current year. Oh, let me move away a little bit. This woman is like if Carrot Top transitioned into being a woman, like Carrot Top post transgender surgery. This woman is like the, what's the name of that fucking thing from that movie? The hey you guys. That looks like it could be a female version of that from that movie. And this looks like someone used AI to turn Miss Piggy into a human being instead of a Muppet. Like, it is unfucking canny. Even the fucking hairline. I'm losing my mind. Are these people even fucking real? Are these even real? Can't unsee. 98% white. Curious. How curious. This woman, if you tried drawing her, you would be arrested for crimes against racism on Twitter. Her overbite is so stereotypical, you would just be arrested for drawing racist artwork. Damn, she's literally Miss Piggy. I am just awestruck. What is this? Did they actually just drag a corpse to this? This is actually just a corpse back here. Where is her hairline? What is happening? This one looks like a man. This one looks like a man that dressed like a woman for like a White Chicks movie.
At orange belt level, we know that kicks and punches are coming, and we can learn to block them. These are the places where we need to set powerful boundaries.
Or you could just buy a gun. Because, let's be honest, as a woman, if you have to hand-to-hand combat someone trying to rape you, you're probably not gonna win. I'm just gonna be fucking honest. Like, unless you have some, like, crazy training behind you and you're muscular as fuck, you're probably not gonna just get a gun. Just buy a gun.
Learn to use our blocks. 90 degrees over your head, like so. Good, make sure it, yes, good, good, good. And then your right, and then left.
How is that gonna help
The
you?
bottom line is this, you have options. And the more that you drill your blocking skills, the easier it will become to set boundaries.
What?
At green belt level, we begin to harness the power of our voice. And not me.
At green belt level, we harness the power of our voice. Chat, is she still talking about martial arts, or have we moved on to applying martial arts terminology to weird white woman Wednesday HR topics? I have no idea what's going on, but what I do know is that this woman is in the wrong place. This woman is wearing an outfit that she is naked underneath. She was going to like a business-oriented porn shoot and just ended up at the wrong conference room.
Not today. Not today. And not me. Not me.
Stop! Don't touch me there. That is my no-no square.
I am strong. I am strong. I am safe. I am sexy, damn it. At blue belt level, we start to become aware of our chi, the energy that keeps us alive and vibrant. Currently, our culture is heading for burnout. Essentially, our energy expenditure far outweighs the level of self-care that our...
The Art of Badassery was a highlight of our day and a favorite amongst a diverse group of 150 female bankers in the room. Well, that's not very diverse then, is it, actually? But also, she's like one of those snake oil salesmen from back in, like, you know, the cowboy and Indian days, where she would sell you some, like, snake oil cure for something, and then women would be like, wow, this is amazing. I'm gonna buy it. It's $5. It only took half a year to save that much money. And then they would come back with the snake oil to their husbands, and then they would explain what it is, and then their husbands would beat them, and they would never do it again. You know, that's kind of what this is. We just can't beat women anymore.
Our minds and bodies need to thrive. At red belt level, you're running your life versus life. Black belt level is about leadership. A black belt is a teacher, a mentor, a coach who helps others rise through the ranks. Leadership is not reserved for certain groups of people. Leadership is for anyone who chooses to step into it. The world, like the entire world.
Why does it look like she's wearing whiteface? Look, just because she looks like a witch, okay?
Needs your badassery now. I am bold. I am bold. I am brave. I am brave. I'm a badass and I know it. I'm a badass and I know it.
You see, alright, I'm a VTuber, so I say cringe shit all the time. We get hella I was born in the cringe, molded by it even. You could not convince my ass to stand up and repeat this shit. Like, there's just no way. This is even beyond the pale for something like myself. Speaker, author, coach. Are we at the end of the video finally? This is so fucking weird. She Summit Bacardi. They've had so many images from there. Jen's mission is to touch, move, and inspire her audience into action. Burn out to badass 8-week wellness program. I like that shirt though. It kind of blends like sexy strappy with nurse uniform. Art of Badassery again. Fuel like a badass. The Art of Badassery nutrition guide. Okay. All right. Contains my 12 food rules for high performance that I live by and coach by to create the perfect balance of freedom and structure. Man, no wonder people have no idea how to eat healthy. They just like get cookbooks from random fucking people. Money, Women, and Power, a journey through economic inequality with Josie Cox. Why does Josie Cox sound familiar? That sounds like a familiar name too. Feeling like a badass is your birthright. Why does she look like she's trying to commit mind control in every fucking photo? It's incredibly unnerving. Is this just like an autistic trait of not liking extended eye contact? Like, I don't get it, man. Oh my God, look at these videos.
Of food and lifting and like rebuilding a body that looked like an athlete and had muscle on it. It reshaped my life. So like it was within weeks, I naturally stopped gravitating to alcohol. And so once I started eating well and lifting, I just like...
I do not understand how we got to alcoholism from this. Okay. What is this one?
Montauk, New York. Meditation. Fate of the sand. Someone's wine aunt. White women. The art of badassery. Yoga on the beach. It's Bob's Burgers time.
Chapter of our friendship.
I have a shirt like that. Is that woman pregnant? Oh, they're in the cake batter house!
What am I looking at?
What? Mindset! Fire pit!
Find something that works. Don't just do it.
It's getting really loud for some reason! Hammock! I can't rewind this Instagram. I didn't read her block of wood.
10.
Martial arts!
What happened to white women? We used to raise warriors, and now we just look like children 24/7. Like, what the fuck is this?
I am love!
Why would you want to break that board? That seems counterintuitive! I really feel like looking through the rest of these fucking people because there's too fucking many and they're all worthless. Let's see, what do we have? Wild Fang redefines fashion with gender-neutral clothing. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is this article? This is from the BRIDGE Smartbrief. Wild Fang is the gender-neutral clothing brand shaking up the fashion industry. Founder and CEO Emma McIlroy shares how the company continues to change beauty standards. Emma was working in the brand marketing at Nike when she went into Urban Outfitters looking for what she described as an edgy rock and roll graphic tee. Do people do this? Like, when I go clothes shopping, I don't really have anything in mind for what I want. Like, maybe I'll be like, oh, I want shirt, or oh, I want dress. But I don't have, like, something specific in mind. And I just peruse until something catches my eye and I decide I like it. Am I the abnormal one? The women's department was stocked with bohemian t-shirts, a far cry from her personal style. When McElroy wandered into the men's section, she found exactly what she was looking for. There were tons of graphic options. There were photo tees, verbiage tees, bold tees, funny tees, sassy tees. And it was like, okay, wait a minute. So women can't handle a graphic tee for whatever reason. McElroy tells SI Swimsuit. No, it just means you have to go to a different store to find them. What do you, like, I have plenty of graphic tees from when I was younger. What the fuck? What is this woman talking about? Her friend was shopping for a blazer and ran into the same issue. The options in the women's department lacked tailoring and had fake pockets, while the men's department offered jackets with elbow pads, great lining, and real pockets. I will say the pocket issue is real. I'll give them that one. However, I am kind of fed up with all dresses being made with pockets in current year. Can we stop that? I would actually prefer some of my dresses without pockets, because a lot of the times that extra pocket material gives you like a weird flare out around your hips. And it's like, I just don't like that. I understand why sizing might be different or fit might be different in different parts of the store, but why would gender control what silhouette you have access to? Like, that doesn't make any sense, she says. I understand why fit might be different, but why would gender control what silhouette you have access to? Because the fit might be different. What does she mean by this? She literally just said it. So, I don't know. Guys tend to have broader shoulders. Women have thinner shoulders. We have vulva that need to be accounted for. Is this bitch stupid? Following that shopping trip, McElroy quit her job at Nike, cashed in her 401k, and started Wild Fang. That is a leap of faith if I've ever seen one. A gender-neutral clothing brand that offers women more choices where self-expression is concerned. Today, the brand is known for its chic suiting options and collaborations with celebrities like Debbie Harry and Vivian Wilson. Who? This looks like something fucking Macklemore would wear. She complained about style options and then says it's a fit issue. Like, yeah, I complain about style options all the time. I want more style options, and I feel like there's some stuff that I just can't find and I would have to make myself. When we started this brand, we were like, well, what if I want to go out and create hell in the morning? What if I want to go out and shake the world up and then I want to come home and just cuddle my dog? We wanted a brand that could be both, she says. We weren't saying you have to be one thing or another. We were saying you can be all the fabulous components and complexities that make you, you. Hot Topic already exists. You can buy edgy clothing for goths and for punks, or you can buy uber XD kawaii stuff if you're more into that. What is she talking about? This stuff is already, like, I'm not saying she can't make a brand, right? Like, more clothing brands, more options, thumbs up. That's fucking great. But why is she touting it like this is some groundbreaking thing that doesn't exist? Is where I'm taking issue. Or for fat goths and fat punks. How high do their sizes go up now? Kirsche-sama! When you start a clothing line of fan shirts and strawberry panties for us fans to purchase, I want to make cute clothing, but I have fears. I have fears. I've seen the panties after all. Not the real ones, but like the ones that were being sold at the convention. When she launched the brand in 2013, McElroy, who identifies as queer, was faced with plenty of challenges from investors who simply didn't understand the concept, to those who wanted to categorize her into simply being a gay brand. Okay, well, those investors are right, actually. Because you're not doing anything groundbreaking. You're wanting to do something that already exists, but market it as a gay brand. That's literally what you're doing. And it's like, it feels like, once again, you know, Republicans or conservatives, whatever the fuck you said it as, buy sneakers too, right? So it's like, if you're trying to make yourself into the gay brand instead of just eccentric and spunky, that might cut out a swath of people who would otherwise give you money. From investors who simply didn't understand the concept to those who wanted to categorize her into simply being a gay brand. Next sentence. We proudly serve the queer community. You're not really defending yourself here, actually. And it is a part of who we serve, but we like to say that Wild Fang gives you the confidence to walk into any room, and I don't know anybody, any woman, straight or otherwise, that doesn't need that. So for us, it was about giving women more options. As a woman, I'm really sick of floral print. I'm really sick of everything having fucking flowers all over it. Can we stop that for like a little bit, please? Maybe? I don't know. It was about giving them more confidence. It was about shaking up the norms, allowing them to be more than what society had pigeonholed them to be. When she started Wild Fang, McElroy experienced the challenge of walking into an investor pitch meeting and not seeing anyone who looked like her. And while the conversation around identity and diversity and inclusion has changed much over the last decade or so, the lack of funding for women and queer-owned brands has not. Maybe market to more than just women or just queer populations. Like, just a thought, right? Like, I mean, it's fine if you want to alienate people and you want to make a specific brand. Like, have at it, have fun, but like, you don't then get to complain that there's a lack of funding if you purposefully went for a specific niche, honestly. While roughly 13.2% of startup founders are women, a mere 3% of venture funding goes to women. In addition to the gender gap, the statistics for LGBTQ+ entrepreneurs are even more staggering. A 2023 study by Startout found that only 0.5% of startup funding was raised by queer founders, despite upwards of 7% of the US population identifying as LGBTQ+, and 10% of entrepreneurs identifying as queer. Yeah, but literally everyone calls themselves entrepreneur, right? Like there's even like that joke. I feel like I found it on like Black Twitter where like some guy says that he's an entrepreneur and everyone like laughs at him like, oh yeah, okay, when's your mixtape coming out, buddy? Yeah, you're gonna be a SoundCloud rapper any day now, bro. Okay, yeah, we get you. You're an entrepreneur. Like, you know? At a time when many brands are scrapping DEI initiatives, McElroy is proud to be part of the change surrounding gender fluidity and inclusivity within the fashion industry. Fang continues to challenge the norms around beauty standards where size and fit are concerned. The brand has tripled its buy in extended sizes, and Fang clothing is fit on models, some of whom are 70 to 79, up to a size 30. Brother, what? Size 30 sounds like it would be the my 600-pound life. Is that real? Is that fucking real? A size 30 is just a king-size blanket. Yeah, that's fucking crazy, bro. For so long, the beauty industry has told you that if you're not a size 6 or below, you're not attractive, you're not accepted, you're not valuable, McElroy notes. For so long, the beauty standards in the fashion industry has told you that once your uterus stops working, you have no value in society. We are here as the antithesis to that. We see power and confidence and beauty in all of those versions of a woman. I mean, like, sure, but you can make those things and not be weirdly pretentious about it and claim that it's the patriarchy keeping you down because there's not enough funding for your weird clothing line. Well, the fashion industry is too far. This is just too far in the other way. I agree. This is it's an opinion piece, so you know it's going to be stuffed. Opinion, black fatigue term co-opted by the right wing. The term black fatigue, originally coined by Mary Frances Winters to describe the exhaustion from enduring racism and microaggressions, has been co-opted by the MAGA movement, often misattributing negative behaviors to it and perpetuating harmful stereotypes. Winters expresses concern over this misuse, noting it diminishes the real experiences of black individuals facing systemic racism. And the full story is, of course, on USA Today. Good fucking God. You didn't know they came up with the term first? Yeah, neither did I! I didn't realize that. Oh my God, it was always about being... As soon as you heard black fatigue, you already knew it was going to be autistic. Imagine not being autistic. It has nothing to do with MAGA. This is the first time you heard that phrase? I see it all over Twitter. It is all over Twitter.